The foregoing sociological analyses confirm the assumption that human attitudes toward non-specific cognitive closure indeed range from extreme laudation and idealization to explicit shunning and condemn. I am assuming, furthermore, that the macro-level differentiation among cultures and historical periods in attitudes toward closure is paralleled by differences among persons and among psychological situations in the capacity to induce such attitudes. The latter emphasis lends the phenomena of closed and open-mindedness a commonplace flavor and treats them as ubiquitous features of everyday life. More precisely, I assume that the needs for non-specific or specific closure are elevated by the perceived benefits of possessing such closures, or the costs of lacking them. Kruglansky and Webster, 1996, Webster and Kruglansky, 1998. Likewise, the needs to avoid non-specific or specific closures are elevated by the perceived benefits of lacking and the costs of possessing such closures. Note that such a conceptualization asserts the functional equivalence of a wide variety of possible cost and benefit factors assumed to impact the needs for non-specific and specific closure, and in so doing makes strong assumptions about a common dynamic. That numerous, in some ways quite different, states, characterized by different types of costs and benefits, may share. For instance, the present analysis is compatible with notions about the role that family dynamics, e.g., a threatening ambivalence toward one's parents, cf. Adorno, et al., 1950, social learning processes, cf. Altemeyer, 1981, Tompkins, 1963, or a generalized susceptibility to experiencing threat or anxiety in the face of uncertainty, Wilson, 1973, may play in the development of a need for non-specific closure, by associating closure with positive benefits as a relief from anxiety. Additionally, however, our analysis allows for a similar role to be fulfilled by a host of quite different factors as well. For instance, a potential benefit of closure may be the ability to act or decide in time to meet an important deadline, comparable to Jones and Gerard's, 1968, notion of unambiguous behavioral orientation. ACC. Accordingly, the need for closure should be heightened under time pressure. An alternative benefit of closure is that it obviates the necessity for further information processing. If so, the need for closure should be heightened under a diverse set of conditions that render information processing subjectively difficult, laborious, or otherwise unpleasant. Some such conditions, e.g., environmental noise, may reside in the external context of information processing, whereas others, e.g., tedium and dullness of the cognitive task, may relate to intrinsic aspects of processing. Kruglansky, 1975. Yet other conditions may relate to the individual's psychological and physical states. For instance, we may find information processing particularly taxing and arduous when we are fatigued or low on energy, or when alcoholic intoxication limits our capacity for systematic thought. Accordingly, need for closure should be heightened by such seemingly diverse factors as environmental noise, task dullness, fatigue, or alcohol. Need for closure should also be heightened when closure is known to be valued by significant others because the possession of closure may earn us their esteem and appreciation. For example, if being self-assured and opinionated is valued by one's parents, one may well develop a motivation to become just such a person, i.e., acquire a strong need for a non-specific closure. Finally, the need for closure should be heightened, simply, when judgment on some issue was required, compared to situations where the individual was at liberty to remain without a definite opinion.